How you do, buckaroos? It is Sunday afternoon with the Whiskey Whisperer today, so I've got this here. Found it Friday, actually, and by golly, I've drank a lot of it this weekend. I don't typically go through a bottle of whiskey this fast, but it was good. And in my defense, I took some to a friend's house and shared several shots. Made 2 rounds of Manhattans with it for 3 people, so that gives you an idea how much I might have used, and I make a very generous drink. This may just be the most unique of all clear spirits, distilled from grains crafted using time-honored traditions of Kentucky's Black Patch, from dark-fired corn, rye, and malted barley. We know no other quite like it. Yeah, it is very interesting. I've had other spirits with smoked corn, but this thing is something different altogether. 45%, and that's was 90 proof. Let me show you that bottle one more time. I've got me 1.5 ounces on the rocks here. I was going to say chill, but I've got it on the rocks here using my pheasant glass. Got a set of these, but I only brought one over here. The rest of them are in storage at the moment. I do like these glasses for cocktails. They're perfect for a Manhattan. The smoke on the nose is so gorgeous because you've got that big smoke. It's like a sweet smoke. I need to save a little bit of this. I'd like to use some of this to make a barbecue sauce. You know, just reduce it down, just so I really concentrate that smoke. I've also got some maple whiskey in there. I like to take about a shot of this, about an ounce of this, about an ounce of that maple whiskey, reduce them down, and then add the other ingredients for the barbecue sauce. And that powerful maple with the smoke. I think I'd have something there. One of the best sauces I ever had in my life, maybe the best actually, was one Seamus formulated using smoked sweet potato. Now we did add some tomato sauce to it, but the base was pretty much smoked sweet potato. I smoked the sweet potato and then we pureed it and added the various seasonings. But he chose the seasonings, and what he used, not going to tell you everything in there, but basically the idea was using the sweet potato to make it a little savory. He went with like jerk type spices to make it just a little spicy. That sauce was just It basically used that sweet potato to thicken the sauce up. I know we used some molasses in there and several other things, but that was kind of the idea, the sweet potato, adding some jerk spices. And gosh, the smoke on this blows me away. It does. I like the hell out of it. There may be some that find it too smoky. I'm not one of those people. I think it's just perfect. But you do get a lot of smoke. I want to make that clear, that it just sort of lingers on your palate. When I made the versions of a Manhattan using this, one of my friend's friends that was there, she thought that was very unusual. She just really liked it. She said, boy, I'm liking this a lot. And when I went to make me a second one, said, anybody else? Well, yeah. So I made 2 rounds using this. So. It's very enjoyable. I really like it a lot. Here's the thing, it surprised me. This was only $13.98 a bottle. I need to go back after payday and get me another bottle because it's really fantastic. I didn't search that hard because my money was limited. I want to look for other products, if they have other products from MB Roland, because I looked on their website. They have several that sound very interesting to me, especially their bourbon. But gosh, I couldn't believe this product was only 14 bucks, man. You know, for that price, you expect it to be a little harsh, a little rough. It is not. It is not. It is smooth. It's easy to drink. Drink it neat. Drink it on the rocks. Mix it in a cocktail. I've done all 3 this weekend. I made a few different cocktails. 3 actually. I did the Manhattan. I did a version of a martini using this in place of gin or vodka. And then I also made sort of a Bloody Mary with it as well. It just works on all. It adds flavor to all those things. When I add the tomato product to it, you know, you've got the spices that a Bloody Mary might have, plus you've got that additional smoke. That's what makes it interesting. Again, when I did the martini version, same thing. Oh, biscuits and gravy, that's tasty. Yeah, I mean, for the price point, I think it's, I mean, if we're talking value, absolutely. It is an outstanding value for 14 bucks. I mean, you can buy 2 bottles for less than some unaged whiskeys cost. That's my issue with unaged whiskeys. They tend to be very expensive, and most of them are relying more on hype than substance. You know, some pseudo-famous person puts his name on a label, and all of a sudden it's selling for twice what it's really worth. I mean, yeah, even a bottle of Jack Daniel's unaged rye costs more than buying the rye. You know, so they're really trying to trade off an idea more so than quality, and that irritates me. There's a couple I need to revisit because I might not have been as fair to them as I should have been. Now that I understand the products better, but I do think some of them are relying more on name. And one of those, actually, I'm not going to mention. I was going to, and then decided not to. But I do want to try it again before I wasn't real happy with it, especially for the price. It was, you know, it was about 30 bucks. I was relying on a name and a fancy bottle rather than, and I've noticed they've changed the bottle 3 times now, going to a less inexpensive bottle every time if you're following me. So, but they haven't lowered the price any. But when I can get a, excuse me, I'll scratch my nose. When I can get a product, what I feel is good quality that tastes good. It's unique with that dark fired corn. You know, for only 14 bucks, you wonder why so many of these are charging the prices that they're charging. And again, a lot of it is just overhype. People get to know a name, so they buy it just because of the name on the bottle rather than the quality. You see that with craft beer a lot as well. You see it with other whiskeys. Jack Daniel's, for instance, is a great example of that. A lot of people buy Jack Daniel's because it's a name they know. They've heard that name since they were kids. Their parents drank it, their grandparents drank it, and they think it's the greatest stuff known to man, even though it costs twice as much as, you know, similar spirits or spirits or whiskeys of equal quality. You know, it was a 90 proof whiskey up until, I don't know, somewhere in the mid-80s. Like 86, 87, I don't remember the exact year. It went to an 86 proof. Now it's just an 80 proof whiskey anyway. So, you have Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey at 80 proof. You've got Jim Beam at 80 proof. Both are of equal quality as far as I'm concerned. Now, you may like the flavors of Jack Daniel's better, but it costs almost twice as much. Well, not quite. I mean, I think it's about, the last I saw in my particular store was about an $8 difference. It's just not worth that $8 more, in my opinion, if we're talking just quality. Now, if you like certain flavors, that's fine. But you've got folks that swear Jack Daniel's is the greatest thing on the planet, and then they turn and put Coke in it. I mean, you can't tell. You might as well be using Kentucky Tavern if you're going to chuck a bottle of Coke in it, you putz. Anyways, that's just how I feel about it, man. You know, if you're going to do Jack Daniel's, if you're going to do shots, if you're going to drink it neat, even if you're going to drink it on the rocks, it does have a unique flavor. There is no doubt. So if you're saying, well, I like this flavor better, I'll pay the $8. That's fine. If you're going to put a bottle of Coke in, you can't tell the damn difference, man. You're just someone that likes to spend more money. You're a poser. But when I can get a quality product like this for only 14 bucks, something that's just loaded with flavor. I love that smoked corn. The first product I had with using smoked corn. I'm a Jack drink. I'm messing with Jack. I'm messing with Chris. All because friends, that's why they drink. Yeah, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, Chris. I mean, if that's what you like, fine. But you have so many people that buy it just because of the name. Their grandparents drank it, their dad drank it, and now they drink it. But I mean, it's about $8 a bottle more than Jim Beam. Now, you may like the flavors better, but it's not a higher quality whiskey. It's not worth that $8 more. Now, if we're still that 90 proof, you know, there you go. I could justify the price difference, but it is 80 proof, and a lot of people just don't realize it. A lot of folks still think it's a 90 proof. But here I have a 90 proof whiskey, an unaged whiskey, though, but it does have nice flavor, nice smoke. I was going to bring up White Mule Mountain Made. It was the first smoked corn. It is a different animal than this. It's very smooth. The smoke is softer than here, and the smoke hits you more like the smoke on the peat smoke on a Scotch. It doesn't taste like Scotch. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that the smoke kind of hits you in the same place on the palate. Whereas here, the smoke kind of permeates through the entire whiskey. You really feel the smoke all the way through it. So there you go. Hey, hope you all are having a glorious Sunday. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, prolific whiskey drinker, whiskey evangelist, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy.